I'm Carl Petzold. This is my distillery. We're getting ready to run right now. The distill's got about 125 gallons of wort in it, and we're about 190 degrees. The run should start here in just a few minutes. We've got to gain about 5 more degrees before she starts to boil. You'll notice what I said, it boils a little bit sooner than the 212 degrees of pure water. And the reason for that is because the amount of alcohol in the wort, the lower specific gravity, and also we're just above 2,000 feet sea level here. So you see our little bubbler here bubbling. The ethanol fumes are really pouring out now, and just in any minute we should start to see the run to run off, at which point we'll have to turn our condenser water up and get the condensers cooling properly, and then the ethanol will run out here in this sight tube, which has a hydrometer in it, so we can check our proof and make sure that we're getting only the purest alcohol in the fuel tank. And fortunately the sun's out now, so maybe it'll dry up for us, because somebody's going to have to stand at the proofer for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. Man, you can really smell it too.
Yeah.
And it's about 192 right now, about 3 more degrees, and we should start seeing the steam head come off temperature and the columns directly afterwards. But it's not showing anything yet. It's still less than 130 degrees in here, and it's almost to the boiling point down here. Yeah. You'll notice now that the bubbles in our little bubbler are really getting very vigorous now. This thing is getting ready to run off any second. And it's putting off enough ethanol fumes and hot gases to where I know that it's getting ready to boil.
Now when it boils, the damper it down.
Yeah, when it boils and the run starts to run, we'll cut the heat back a little bit through the flue damper there and the door damper down here. And we'll just maintain a boiling state and not add more energy than is necessary to boil it, because it can get too hot and you can overrun the system. We've got a 3-column still. They're 2 inches in diameter, but our ratio as far as column height to diameter is 36 to 1. The 3 columns extend up 6 feet, and they come together in a manifold, and inside that manifold is a secondary condenser, and in the 4th pipe here, just this side of the number 1 column, is the primary condenser, and that's where most of the cooling takes place from the ethanol vapors. And then as the fuel is condensed, it travels down this pipe here into our proofer and directly into the fuel barrel.
And that's the cold water in to the coil,
Yeah.
to the condenser up there. Warm water out.
Which we would be making beer with, but we don't have any sugar.
Wait.
Profusely the alcohol fuel is running off, and if you look at the hydrometer, you'll notice that the hydrometer doesn't start floating until it's almost at 100% purity. Right there we're about 95%, or it's actually 195 proof, and we'll go ahead and we'll fill up about a gallon of fuel in here before I dump it into the system. But that right there, that's about as pure alcohol as you can get from distilling. To get it any purer than that, you would have to have a molecular sieve or a corn grit dryer or something similar to that. But right here, we're making race car quality fuels, and we're making a lot of it very quickly, with relative ease. This is a wood-fired distillery, folks.